there's high speed, there's lots of high revving, so they've got to be looking after those engines a lot.
Thierry Neuville and Martin Vidal, our last winners here back in 2019. Of course, we missed a year last year with the COVID situation in Spain.
Elvin looks like he's actually kind of coming out of the seat. Those forces on the body and the way that he lurches forward, Delacour style.
Yeah, it's a proper aggressive driving position. It almost looks as if he's late for something.
He is, for the stop line. He's wanting to be there as fast as possible.
And there we go then, time on the board for Elfyn Evans is a 2:36.2. Ogier was a 2:35.5. We'll grab a couple of words from Elfyn in a moment or two. Let's switch back though to Thierry. This is the Ypres winning car. So nice memories for him.
Elfyn, fresh from a stunning win in Finland, how confident are you feeling of being able to take the title decided for the final round?
Well, I mean, it's completely different here, of course, to what we had in Finland. So yeah, effectively starting from a clean sheet, and of course we need a strong weekend here, but you know, we do everything we can.
And Welsh, please.
I said to him last night, you know, how much confidence do you bring from Finland to here? And he said, well, it's a completely different surface. It's tarmac. I was like, I would know that, Elfyn, thank you. But surely after such a dominant win there, you've got to be feeling a little bit more confidence than normal.
I mean, for me, even 3 or 4 days after Finland, I was still thinking back about how impressive that was. It really was. And Hyundai got to come here happy as well. They had a big weekend in Finland, all on the pace for the first time there. And we know, as you've already mentioned, Neuville winning. I spoke to Calais quickly last night. I said, how's the back? He says, it's good enough to drive in. He says, but it's still not 100%.
And that was after that off he had in Finland 3 weeks ago.
Straight away, I just noticed something there with Neuville's car. Quite a bit of, couple of corrections of oversteer. The Toyota, in theory, when you're watching the Ogier and Evans thing, looked like it had, if anything, a small bit of understeer, but looked very precise. Neuville, just 1 or 2 small corrections of oversteer. Your car balance here is critical. You don't want a car that understeers because you could end up in the rock face or the arm grove, but you don't want that to oversteer because you can't commit to those corners.
First time in a World Rally car here in Spain for Rovanperä. Let's hear from Thierry with Seb.
Thierry, the winner of Rally Catalunya last time we were here. Can you repeat that success this weekend?
I mean, that's the target. Obviously a rally we like, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. It's always good to be back on tarmac. The sensations are so much higher, and yeah, I just enjoy that driving, so hopefully we can have a strong run this weekend.
3 drivers through so far then on the shakedown test. Good morning to you wherever you're watching around the world. We are kick-starting Rally Spain with Shakedown, followed by a ceremonial start later today. Then we plough into all the stages first thing Friday morning. Now, the last time we were here, Julian, 2019, was a very special time in Spain for this pit.
It seems so long ago since they won that World Championship, but it was only 2 years ago. It's been a bit of a barren couple of years for this pairing. Multiple stage wins, but just things getting in the way from stopping them from winning 5 or 6 rallies in the last 2 years. We've touched on it before when we're in Croatia and Belgium and rallies like that. On tarmac, it's so precise, naturally. The car is a lot more secure to the ground, it's not sliding around. But when it goes wrong, there's virtually 0 reaction time before you're hitting something pretty hard. And because the level of commitment is so much higher on tarmac. Everything is on point. Every gear change, every braking point, acceleration.
Kalle, last time we were on tarmac, you scored your debut podium. Are you feeling confident of a similar result this weekend?
At least after the shakedown, no. We have to go to service and do some changes to try to find a bit better feeling with the car. At least here it was not so good. So let's see what we can do. But of course, yeah, hopefully it's a good weekend.
Well, that was a frank and honest appraisal, wasn't it, from Rolf Pera? 2:37.9 was time on the board then, and he'll be making his way back to service. Just a reminder on your screens of where you can watch all of our action on tarmac this weekend. Join us on WRC Plus or live, every single stage broadcast live.
We did see a couple of corrections from Kalle. Yes.
Rolf Pera, you remember him?
Yep, young kid, quite good. But yeah, a couple of slides from him. That's obviously what he's referring to. We alluded to it when he was back being precision.
Could Taka be the one to watch out there this weekend? In terms of, we know how much circuit experience he's got. That's where he's come from. That's his background. Confidence has been building from him all year. We've seen some brilliant results. These fast-flowing stages, are they going to absolutely suit his style?
It could do, and he's been here before in the World Rally Car. Remember, in 19 he did drive the World Rally Car. Oh, just a little bit deep into there. It's very close.
Yeah, time for Tanak then of 2:36.5, so the fastest through the first run of Shakedown still Ogier with a 2:35.5. Aaron Johnston back alongside Taka for this event. Let's hear from Hoyt.
To rally with special memories, sealing the title here in 2019. What's your target for this weekend, though?
Yeah, to drive a rally and to drive it fast. So easy as that.
To drive a rally and to drive it fast. Well, you know, that's the mantra he's living by this weekend.
It doesn't make your life any easier a stoplight, does it?
Gus Greensmith and Chris Patterson now then, getting ready to go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Gus was talking to us yesterday, and obviously no pre-event test for him or Adrian. And he says the Shakedown is quite nice and representative of what we're going to have over the weekend of smooth flowing tarmac roads. He goes, I'll be doing quite a lot of runs. So over the course of the morning. Aaron Johnson, you can hear in the co-driver seat. He was talking to Takamoto yesterday about co-driver change. He said how difficult and demanding it is changing the co-driver through situations, circumstances that he's had. It has been a season of two halves for him completely. The first half season, absolutely awesome. The second half season, he just can't get a break. 1.8 down, though. That is good. It's really close. Look at it.
It is super close across the top 6 now that have come through the Shakedown stage for the first run. There will be, as Julia mentioned, for Gus, certainly multiple runs, I'm sure, for many of them, to make sure their setup is absolutely right ahead of a full day of competition tomorrow. We'll hear from Taka in a few moments.
Okay. Taka, it's been a challenging summer, but you seem to enjoy the driving on asphalt. What's your target for this weekend?
Yeah, stages are very nice, so I'm expecting to enjoy this rally and to get a good result with, let's say, yeah, good speed. So I try to enjoy and push as much as I can, but some sections are quite tricky, so I need to be step by step, but still I'm quite confident.
Good to hear that he is quite confident, because we're looking forward to a full weekend of competition and seeing him hopefully very much on the pace, like no doubt Dani Sordo will be. Total of 8 podiums here in Spain over the years for Sordo. Home event.
And Dani's not hidden the fact. I think virtually every interview you do, sit down, proper, in-depth interview you do with Sordo, the question comes up about 3 wins in his career. What would you like to see before you retire? Spain win, Spain win. It's all he really wants now to complete what he does.
And he, you know, he's almost done it a number of times.
Yeah.
He's second here so many times. But one year he had to relinquish the win for Sebastian Loeb for the championship. He needed to, you know, Loeb needed the win. Sordo pulled back and let him win. And, you know, I'm sure that will really still irk him. 1.8 down then on the fastest time. That's a first good run for Gus and Chris.
That is a very competitive first run when you think there's no testing. How good would it be really to see Sordo win this weekend?
It would be special.
It would just be awesome.
Gus, once again using the shakedown as your pre-event test, but you look to be fairly in the mix. What's the feeling ahead of the weekend?
Yeah, pretty good to be honest. The car felt quite good straight away, which I'm happy about. So yeah, we can make some improvements here because thankfully the shakedown's really representative of the rally. So yeah, we can treat this as a test, and yeah, I think we could be competitive this weekend.
You were saying yesterday that the car is more competitive on tarmac to gravel, so he is hopeful. It's kind of like, oh my word, here we go.
It's like as if we're about to start an actual competitive stage with Formo there.
I was looking at this camera yesterday when we were doing a bit of kind of like investigation work around the cars, and I spotted it right in the bottom, in the gutter, so to speak, of the wheel arch.
Now, it could be an interesting weekend. If Dani Sordo does get on the podium, at least, it would be his 50th WRC podium. Newville is also on for that this weekend, should he claim a podium.
So you're saying Hyundai 1-2, Dani first, Thierry second?
Potentially.
Look at this, look at this. Oh, we were just outside. Just outside.
2:35.6. Just a tenth of a second back then from that fastest run from Ogier.
Look at Adrian's eyes. I know drivers don't blink, so to speak, but he's like Gilles Panizzi style eyes. They're on stalks.
Dani competing at home again finally after a 2-year gap. Is this the year you can finally get the top step of the podium?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Is this the year you can make the final top step of the podium?
We are here for that. We try to do a good result and to fight for the win for sure. We are here for try to win and try to win at least 1 year this rally. Let's see how the car going and all, and how it goes.
Yeah, he is here to win, and great news that we saw announced from Hyundai last week. Lots of news last week, but Solberg, Oliver Solberg and Dani Sordo sharing the Hyundai next year, the third Hyundai.
Yeah, Toyota confirming their lineup as well. Esa-Pekka Lappi will see for a majority of the season.
And of course, Craig Breen being confirmed at eSports with a 2-year deal. So that's exciting stuff. Last week, lots of WRC news. The big step up for Oliver Solberg next year.
Yeah, he's got to try and maximise. I know it's a different car next year, but he's got to try and maximise this weekend, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen him back in a World Rally car here, of course, in Spain. We've seen him in Kenya in a World Rally car and at the Arctic Rally.
He was testing with Sordo, wasn't he, last week? So.
Now we've seen.
I was just about to say.
Well, the fans like that, Adrian.
Just looking at his body language here, he just hasn't looked comfy.
He's only had one occasion here in Spain before, and of course that was in a Rally 2 car. That was back in 2019.
So heavy on, there's a funny little bump just there, and he just locked the front wheel and then it just stalled, so.
Adrian, it's good practice for the power stage. A little spin there, was it?
Yeah, it was interesting to do a proper stage on the shakedown, honestly. But we stalled on the onboard, so we need to have a look at what I did and what I can improve on that, because I need to do some donuts on the water, so I need to try it.
Breakthrough alongside Oliver Solberg, who saw Craig in Finland, of course.
New partner, well, not a new partnership, a late entry into this car.
Yeah, and fantastic to see him here.
Neil Solens, Mark Marty. This is the Lube car. Lube getting injured in a traffic accident. Is that what we call it? He was out walking.
Yeah, he got hit by a car.
And so if you're watching, Pierre, we wish you a speedy recovery.
Absolutely. Get well soon, Pierre.
But a great opportunity for Neil Solens to jump in.
His home event, to be able to be in a World Rally car here, it's the golden opportunity. His time to shine. Keeping a close eye on him this weekend. Nicely done around the roundabout from Solberg. Put a good stretch down, see on the times in front. Quite great.
Something about the tyres. Neil just needs to enjoy this weekend, doesn't he?
Oliver, yet another new experience driving a WRC car on asphalt. Can you describe the sensations for us?
Yeah, the sensation is incredible, especially on tarmac. It was very different to get used to this high speed compared to testing, which was just slow. So it was very different in the beginning, but I enjoyed. And yeah, this is just the rhythm we have to keep this weekend and just enjoy. And we'll see how it goes. But it's just to drive and have fun.
That's what he needs to try and do all weekend, isn't it? Just get that experience. He needs that experience more than ever now with the programme he's got for next year.
As you said for Solens, though, obviously enjoyment is going to be a big part of it, but you know, the opportunity to drive a World Rally car, he is going to want to shine this weekend. So he'll be putting pressure on his own shoulders.
Yeah, but we don't want it into the Armco very early on.
No,
you know what I mean?
I'm sure it won't be. WRC 2 category now with Mads Osberg and Torstein Eriksson.
Yeah, Suninen kind of gate crashed their points party in Finland, didn't they?
They did. Suninen took the maximum points. It was a good battle we were watching.
Oh, it was a great battle.
Osberg and Suninen there. Osberg settling for second at the end of it, though. He had a few issues along the way, didn't he? But Suninen really shone in Finland. Let's have a look at Solens then around the roundabout.
One thing that Sona's got, he's done this rally so many times, at least he's got that kind of knowledge, you know? He has literally just got to learn about the car, so to speak, so... He's checking, getting himself, making sure all the dials, you know, actually looking down, am I turning the right thing on or off here? That's how new it is to him.
240.7 is his time. That's 9th out of a total of 11 drivers through the shakedown test. Run 1. Co-driver Seb Marshall asking the questions for us.
Feels an unexpected, but I'm sure very welcome debut in a WRC car. How are you approaching the rally this weekend?
Well, quite good. Let's see how I can manage with this car. I have to take the feeling and just starting from zero and being improving all the time. So let's see. Just I want to enjoy this car and get this amazing feeling on my body. Yeah.
And in Spanish.
I'm sure it is an amazing feeling. Big weekend for Osberg here. We don't have...
He's got to take maximum points. I mean, there's nothing else to it, and it's not going to be simple.
No, championship rival Mikkelsen, of course, and leader in WRC2, not here this weekend. He wasn't in Finland either. He could just sit back and kind of watch what was going on.
They've avoided each other for most of the season, haven't they? It is quite difficult. You're battling like a ghost rival because they're not there.
Now, Mads has plenty of experience here in Spain. This is going to be his 10th start. He won the WRC Pro category back in 2019. Nice footwork there that we can witness around the roundabout. Mads through the 245.4.
The way he's taking his gloves off, he just doesn't seem super happy.
We'll find out with Seb in a couple of moments. If you're just joining us for the first time this morning, welcome along to the Shakedown coverage. We're with our WRC2 support category drivers right now. Just about to have a chat with Mads Osberg.
Morning, Mads. In Andreas' absence, is this a must-win rally for your championship battle, do you think?
Yeah, I think in my mind every rally is a must-win rally, so yeah, it's what I'm here for, but we never know when we start a rally how it will end, and so many times this season we just couldn't control the event, so I just focus on what we can do and try to push for a win, and whatever happens, happens.
And in Norwegian, please.
Marco Balasia.
He's had a good, strong season.
Ah, he has. I think he's really impressed.
Yeah.
The improvement rate has been pretty steep this year from Balasia in terms of the pace that we've seen out there. The confidence has just grown from event to event. He's done this twice before.
Say TalkSport, they have 7 cars here this weekend.
Yeah, TalkSport taking up most of the service park.
They are the service park.
They are the service park.
Every other team just dotted around them.
I think we're going to see him massively confident here. Oh,
threw that in, didn't
he really threw it in. It's not even 10 o'clock in the morning yet.
I guess
we're
so.
getting that kind of action. Thank you, Marco. 244.9. As we switch to Jari Huhtinen now. We've seen him compete here once before. 2018. Let's hear from Marco.
Marco, you've been Mr. Consistent all year. Is this perhaps the event for you to take that WRC2 win?
We can see. We will not take points in this event, but anyway, I'm very happy to be driving in these beautiful stages. The recce went very well. In this run, we take it easy. The time is not so bad. We are having a bit of understeering. We will see if we can solve it with a little bit of adjustment in the road section. Thank you.
It's always a full and good answer always from Balasia.
But you know, when he doesn't take his crash helmet off, he's got the voice of such a mature voice.
I know, and then you see
the baby
face.
The baby face.
Far more mature than his years.
Yeah.
Certainly. Nikolai Ryazin.
Yep, in a Skoda. So he's had a Vida Polo, he's had 1 rally in a Ford Fiesta, he's doing this rally in a Skoda. It's evaluating what his program and plans are going to be for next year.
Trying out every car.
Yeah. Some test drives, public test drives. But Ryazin has spent a lot of his younger years in a Skoda, 2 or 3 seasons in the European Rally Championship in a Skoda. So I know this is a newer one, but he kind of understands the base of that car as well. Be interested to see what Huhtinen can do here. As you mentioned, he's been here once before. Yeah, but for me in Finland, he never recovered from that crash in the shakedown, in the test, sorry. So it'd be interesting to see what he can do this weekend here.
It was a difficult finish week, wasn't it? Because he started off with a crash during testing, and it was a real fine line as to whether things were actually going to go ahead on the rally for him, whether that car was going to be fixed. Anyway, Huhtinen's time, 2:49.5. So Balasia, still the quickest driver through within WRC2 so far. Let's see what Gryazin will do.
Jari, last time we were on tarmac, it was a victory for you. Is that a realistic target again this weekend?
Now without any tests, it's first round tarmac after Finland, so we started the testing now. So it's not so easy starting this rally, but let's see what we can do.
And finish, please.
Yeah, but at least he can run on here for quite a long time during the day, because all they've got to get ready for is, if they're in a press conference, and then the start ceremony tonight. So they can do a lot more running. In Finland, they had to be away at 12 o'clock to go and recce stage 1 and things like that.
Final reminder that this weekend, as every weekend on the WRC, you can follow every single stage live with us on WRC Plus or live. It's the penultimate round of the championship. I can't believe we are at the close almost of the season. It's over 10 years since we've seen full Spain on full tarmac. So make sure you join us to see how it plays out throughout the weekend.
I just love rally cars in tarmac spec, so low, so like road hugging. The commitment levels is just phenomenal. Quickest of the WRC2s.
Yeah. 2:44.7. Balasia was a 2:44.9. So just edged it. There is Seb Marshall, ready to ask Nikolai a few questions. Well, one, because Nikolai will give us a very full answer.
Yeah, you only need one question. It's good.
Nikolai, a different car to get used to this weekend again, but what are you most looking forward to about these Spanish stages?
Hello, Seb. I don't know what to expect. Again, something new for me. Okay, the car, I drove it in the past, but let's see. I have a lot of work to do, and it's nice to have the shakedown when you have the same stage, so we could say it's fully representative to the race. So the rest, okay, we need to work, we need to analyze, and it's really nice to come back in the professional team, so let's keep forward.
Thank you.
Nikolai Gryazin then so far fastest in the WRC2 category. And there we go, classification so far then of run 1 of Shakedown, with Ogier with the fastest time through, 2:35.5. Sordo just a tenth of a second behind that. Then Evans, Neuville, Tanak, Greensmith, Katsuta, then Rovanperä and Neil Solens, who's making his debut in a WRC car here. Oliver Solberg, then Formeau, Gryazin, who we've just spoken to, Balasia, Osberg, and Huhtinen. Now, we're going to head out into the service park. Now, Molly Petit is normally at the end of the stages for us, but she's joining Kiri this morning in service. Let's head out to the girls.
Well, good morning, guys, in commentary. Yes, Molly down here this morning, stage end reporter turning into the studio. Okay, well, eyes all on the cars that have already come in to the service park. So we're just looking at Sebastian Ogier talking through setup changes now. Elvin also in, and Callie, as we heard at the end of his shakedown run through, saying that he definitely needed to make changes. So good morning, Molly. It's nice to be in the sunshine.
Morning. It's great to be in the sunshine. It's fantastic to be back in the service park. I really really do miss everyone around here, but because of our COVID bubbles, I usually just have to stay out there.
Well, it's lovely to have you. Okay, well, it's lovely to have you on board as well, and what a weekend we've got in store. 17 stages, action-packed, and so many questions to be answered. Can Sébastien Ogier win an 8th world title here? Can Dani Sordo get his first home win? And who will win the juniors? Those questions all answered by Sunday for sure. All right, well, eyes on Elfyn Evans off the back of a fantastic win in Finland. It hardly seems a moment ago that we saw him on that top spot. Now, Molly, you were at the end of that power stage. It was definitely a win that Elfyn wanted, so feeling probably confident coming into this.
Yeah, of course, but like he's mentioned several times, a completely different surface, moving on now to tarmac. But yeah, it was a very dominant and very impressive win for Elfyn Evans there in Finland, as Kalle Rovanperä comes into service as well.
Kalle in as well, and it also looks like Oit might be coming in, but all looks calm on the Dani Sordo front. Right, let's have a look at the driver standings as they are as we come into the penultimate round of the WRC 2021 calendar. All right, Sébastien Ogier out in front. He's 24 points clear of Elfyn Evans. And as Julian was simplifying it, it's just a matter of points that Sébastien Ogier needs to clinch that victory. Thierry Neuville, Kalle Rovanperä, Oit, Tanak, Craig Breen, Taka and Gus Greensmith. Yeah, as Julian said, 7 points is all that Sébastien Ogier needs. Now that is simplifying it down to the most basic form, but that's all we need to know really. All he needs to be is 7 points clear of Elfyn Evans, currently 24 in that overall standings. All right, eyes behind us, just on it. Caps on backwards, Kalle, at the moment. So now he said he wasn't very happy with the setup, so lots of changes going on. Actually, it's surprising to see all 3 Toyotas in after the first run. Two might be very happy with the setup, but Kalle certainly mentioned he wasn't.
Yeah, he did, and I also think that this probably looks like part of the plan, that all 3 cars were going to go out, do 1 run, and then make some specific changes. There is a debut of a new hard compound tyre from Pirelli this weekend, and I did ask one of the Pirelli guys if that was what Seb was running now on Shakedown, and they were looking at the tyres quite a lot and the wear from only 1 run. So there's probably a lot of interesting sort of data collection going on there.
Well, the tyre situation will unfold through the weekend, and of course we'll be speaking to Terenzio from Pirelli at some point. He'll give us all the updates. All right, let's have a look at the manufacturer standings, because these are important. It's flat out for Hyundai if they want to catch 439 points, leading with Toyota. And as we said, if Hyundai want to catch, it's flat out, so 378. M Sport on the 171, and then it's the Hyundai 2C competition that we see in 4th there with 44 points. Now, it really will be the time that Hyundai can go absolutely flat out and make sure that they don't let Toyota run away with it.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of success here before. Neville winning back in 2019, when also Oit sealed the title as well. Yeah. He's also got some good results here. And yeah, they're going to do absolutely everything in their power to beat the Toyotas this weekend. Main target indeed, and it's going to be very, very exciting. All right, let's have a look at the WRC2 standings. So Mads is back in business this weekend. We see Andreas Mikkelsen 126 points in the lead. Mads 118, Marco Bellazio 104, Jari Huhtinen 78, and Nikolai Greisen 77. Teemu Sunninen sneaking up with 71 points there, Lappi with 59, and Martin Prokop with 58. So even if Mads takes the full amount of points here, Andreas Mikkelsen only needs 13 in Monza to win that overall championship. It's going to make it very, very tricky for Mads to get that win, but it's still doable, but it's less doable, let's say. I was going to say it's on the edge, but it's less doable now. Yeah, it's a bit of a long shot, and I don't think, because many of the WRC2 contenders have already done all the races that they can, Andreas will be, I'd say, fairly alone in Monza scoring points. So yeah, he just needs to really finish, and it'll be his.
Yeah, well, you know that category is very, very exciting, and it will all unfold in front of your eyes. Plenty of big names in the WRC2 category. Okay, well, there's Elfyn and Ogier talking, and of course title rivals as well. Oh, it's a tough one. Elfyn was going to want that so badly. Ogier is going to want it so badly, and in the same team as well.
Yeah, we all want it to go down to the wire, don't we? We can all remember Monza last year. That was incredibly exciting. And it's interesting just to look at these pictures there. They're talking about how the cars obviously feeling on the tarmac in Shakedown. And they do share information. You know, that's what teammates do, even though they're both fighting for a World Championship title this year. And you can only imagine after Monza last year how badly Evans wants to fight for that.
Indeed, but a whole nother season for sure next year to fight that out as well. Okay, WRC 3, where are they at in the overall standings as we head into the second to last round? So Johan Russell is 127 points clear of Kajtanovic, who's 112 points, Emil Lindholm 73, and then Pepe Lopez 52 points there. Johan Russell looking pretty strong in the WRC 3 at the moment.
Yeah, he does, but he's unfortunately not here this weekend. Kaito is the closest contender that's here to score points. That was very loud. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Kaito can do. He's very strong on tarmac as well.
Well, eyes just on Kalle Rovanperä at the moment, suffering a bit of a back injury after his hard hit in Finland, but all back in business and ready to roll for this weekend. And as we said, it is all tarmac. It's going to be particularly fast and furious this weekend. Right, the juniors are back, and it's going down to the wire. Now, mathematically, all of them are in a chance to win this, but Sami Pajari, 91 points, John Armstrong, 88, Martin Sesk, 77, and then Will Cretan, 45. So, and Martin Kochi with 34 points. So as I said, they're all mathematically in with a chance of winning there. But Sami Pajari, John Armstrong and Martin Sesk are the likely contenders there. Now, John Armstrong, a lot of experience here. He's been here 3 times. It's very good to see that category back again. And it's also always down to the wire with those guys as well.
Yeah, it's great how the regulations are a little bit different in the juniors, where they offer out so many points for stage wins, and there's also double points up for grabs as well. So it just turns everything upside down, and the boys just from every start of every stage just have to be on it to get that title, and that's what makes it so exciting. And the prize at the end of it, of course, a drive in WRC2.
Yeah, well, that will all be battled out in front of your eyes this weekend. Let's have a look what's in store. So we said 17 stages this weekend. Plenty to see in terms of action. Okay, so we will be doing a junior preview show this afternoon at 6:15. So if you want to catch up on exactly what's going on, we've got Maciek and Seb as well, with Julian talking about the preview to what's in store for the weekend. Then we'll be doing the opening ceremony. Bex Williams will actually be down there grabbing those interviews. And then Friday, stages 1 to 6, Saturday, stages 7 to 13. We'll be on air at 8:30 on Friday, 7:15 on Saturday, and 6 o'clock on Sunday. Just those 14 to 17 stages battled out on Sunday. And the big questions will be answered. Can Dani Sordo get that home win? Can Sebastian Ogier seal the title here? And who's going to have won the juniors? Well, that will all be on Sunday. Hashtag WRC Live is the place to join the conversation. Great to have Molly in the studio. We'll be seeing her a bit later on. But from us here in the service park, it is goodbye for now.
Watch WRC Plus on all devices. WRC Plus, all live.